up, guys? It's Billmaa here. Today is May 13th. It's a Wednesday evening. We are on a cheeseburger quest. That's what we're doing. As you can see, I'm on my CB 919. My friends across the pond over in Europe, they call it the Honda Hornet 900, but over here in the States it's the CB 919. I was gonna do like a triumphant return to vlogging vlog. It was gonna be all like Hollywood and super edited with music and stuff, just to kind of announce that I'm back. I got my bikes back after my hiatus. I mean, at least my daily riders anyway. My VFR is my long-term rider, and I don't have it with me. I will in a few months. But I decided, in light of recent events, that I would do a vlog kind of low-key. And the reason I wanted to do this is to give a shout out and kind of a support vid to my riding buddy Itsreload. As everybody knows, he came off his bike on Saturday out in Arizona, and that's just an indication of how quickly news travels fast and how small the moto vlogging community is, because he sent a message to Wooden Chairs that evening, and then Wooden Chairs automatically relayed it to me. And so within hours I knew about the incident. The next day, a kid named Napkins, with a Z, he had a video that he uploaded of the actual crash itself, and you know, I watched it, and it just made my stomach sink. And the thing is I'm actually usually a pretty big fan of motorcycle crash videos. I usually think they're pretty funny, but when it's actually somebody you know, it's totally different, and I felt really bad for Reload. A crash like that, it hits you in three distinctive ways. The first way is physically. Obviously, even in the best conditions, if you come off your bike, even if you're in full gear and you don't hit anything, it's still gonna hurt. I mean, you're just not built to do that. It's gonna hurt, and you know, I'm sure, I mean, looking at the footage, he came down in like gravelly, stony rocks, so I'm sure it didn't feel very good. And I'm sure the next day he was pretty banged up and felt it. The next way a crash like that hits you is financially. You know, even with the best insurance, you still probably had to pay some sort of deductible, and as far as the insurance company is concerned, it's a single vehicle accident, so it's your fault as far as they're concerned, and they will probably raise his premiums, if not cancel them altogether. It just depends on, you know, how good of a relationship you have with your insurance company. And then, not to mention, you know, he had to get his carcass of a motorcycle back some 460 miles from Arizona to California, where he's at. Plus he had to buy a plane ticket or get a Greyhound bus or whatever however means he used to get back into to back home. So, you know, those are financial situations that one incident caused him, and that sucks. Then the third way, and it's probably the worst way an incident like that affects you, is mentally. Because in those 2 or 3 seconds where you're flying through the air, sliding across the ground or wherever, it feels like minutes, and it's a horrible, awful feeling being that out of control. And I'm not like a religious guy at all, but you know, in those few seconds you are totally in God's hands, and your destiny is out there, and you just got to meet it, and you have no idea what's going to happen to you or how bad it's going to hurt. And that is just the worst feeling ever. And you know, it haunts you later on, after, you know, well after the crash is over. You kind of replay it in your head, and it makes you a little bit gun shy to get back on a bike. And every person's constitution is different. I mean, each person deals with a stressful incident like that in their own way, and you know, some people recover instantly, some people never get back on a bike, and it's really up to that person. You know, and my worst experience with that ever was not even my crash. My best friend did a crash almost exactly like Reload's, right in front of me, where he target fixated and didn't make a turn proper and did it right in front of me. And it took me probably 3 weeks to get back on a bike, because just watching that freaked me out pretty bad. So I kind of feel a little bad for Napkins as well, because he was the one in best visual proximity to that whole thing. So I'm sure it kind of tweaked him a little bit, but I saw he was on his bike the next day, so he's probably good to go. I wanted to do this vlog on Monday, but like every situation you could think of that was against making a vlog happened to me. From adult responsibilities to bike problems to weather. I just couldn't knock it out until today. Fortunately for me, DJ Sipster 4 Brakes did a really nice, you know, supporting falling riders video, and so I kind of felt, you know, better that it wasn't, you know, somebody had already done it, you know, and already had taken the initiative. So I thought that was really cool of Sip to do that, so I didn't feel quite as bad. And since then, I've actually talked to Reload probably 3 or 4 times in private messages, and he seems to be doing okay. He's in high spirits and stuff, so I don't feel so bad that this thing is late. But you know, I still feel that it's, you know, kind of my responsibility to at least show him that, to let him know that we're thinking about him, and, you know, we feel your pain, dude. As far as updates for me, this is officially my 99th video, which means I'll be releasing my 100th video vid here in a few. It's not anything real special. It's kind of a collage of some of my older stuff, which is kind of cool because a lot of my newer, younger subscribers have never really had the time or the patience to actually sit through any of my old stuff. But I think it's going to be kind of cool. It's got gag reels and stuff. It's kind of funny, so I'm pretty stoked to be knocking that thing out. I still have quite a bit of editing to do to it, so you know, it'll be a few days before I post, but, you know, keep tuned. It should be pretty cool. Here is Culvers. This is where we are getting our hamburger at. This place is awesome. They have a thing called butter burgers, and I'm not really sure why it's called butter burgers. No, and the burgers are not made of butter. I think it's something to do with the way the buns are dipped in butter or something. I mean, it's full-on cardiac arrest food, but it is awesome. And they're based in Wisconsin, so I'm sure Wooden Chairs is very familiar with Culvers. And finding a parking space is easy! Woo! So I'm gonna pop the camera out, I'm gonna go eat, and I'll catch up with you later. You know, I lived in Nebraska for about 5.5 years before I went to Hawaii. And the one thing I don't remember was that if you go into a public place like this, in a flat black loud motorcycle, and you're wearing a black leather jacket, and you got a scary skull and crossbones on your helmet, and you walk in there and you've got tattoos and stuff, these people look at you like you're the freaking Antichrist. And I don't get that, man. I'm like, I'm not here to rape your children. I'm just here to get a cheeseburger. I mean, there was one dude like giving me the look-see, right? And he was like an old man. He's wearing bicycle shorts. And I could totally see that he was smuggling plums. Yet, I'm the freak show? Well, anyway, that was Culvers. It is a kick-ass hamburger joint. I was craving some trans fat like you wouldn't believe, so I decided to grub. The chicken, people want to know about the chicken. Right after, or right before, Steel Horse Club made his announcement that he wasn't going to be able to make the Phoenix ride, he sent me an email getting my address so that he could mail me the chicken. And I'm going to do my best to keep that thing going once I get it. The next taker will probably be Wooden Chairs. Him and I only live about, I don't know, 9 hours apart, maybe 8, depending on how traffic flies. And we could actually split the distance and meet halfway in a day. Pretty easy. So I'll probably try to get him the chicken sometime soon, maybe a little weekend jaunt. What else? I don't really have much. I'm excited to be riding again, and I promise I will be doing better videos than this little slapdash here. And I'm trying to get my garage door open without crashing my shit. There we go. Yee! Woo! Ah! But well, we didn't time it just right. But anyway, guys, that's my crap vlog, my 99th video. Stay tuned for my 100th, and I'll see you on the road.